The Chase figure from Elite Series 106, Paul Bearer, fits into my Attitude Era collection nicely. The normal release is kind of the older school pale-faced version, but the alternate one here is kind of like early-ish Attitude Era in appearance. So we'll get it opened up, check it out, see what time period this really works for. Of course, all the pictures on the packaging are that old school Paul Bearer, which I always thought kind of hurt keeping them in the box when the Chase figure doesn't even match the packaging. Spared no expense on all the hands he comes with. Also, this is the newer packaging with this smaller window to reduce the plastic, I assume. So it's getting to the point you might as well just open up your figure. So we have a hilarious looking face there, wide-eyed for him. Lighter colored hair, not the black. So this is kind of decent in between, kind of managing between Kane and the Undertaker, because he kind of went lighter haired with Kane, just kind of look different enough. You can kind of get a picture of the tie that is fairly well represented, not exact, but I mean the kind of shape of it is printed there. Big jacket, oh boy. Didn't go too far with the belt. Put the belt buckle decal on there, but no belt strap. But he's got his buttons, and I think this is maybe kind of a unique fat body here. I always like the pants leg articulation. Even though it's thick, it has a lot of movement. Not that Paul Bearer's going to be doing a whole lot of wild movements or anything. But he's got it, so stubbier, shorter legs and arms for him. Looking pretty nice. I love the expression. I can't believe they didn't do just another head where he didn't look so like Some kind of unique gesture hands so that he could be holding the urn, but I think kind of Attitude Era, like Ministry of Darkness and stuff, Paul Bearer didn't really carry around the urn anymore. They had dropped that. So you get the accessories, which is kind of cool, but it's not really going to go with the Chase version of it. I don't think these hands are going to be very good at holding that anyway. You're going to have to kind of pin and position it to make him hold that urn anyway. Even comes with the big urn. Not sure when exactly the big one was used back in the day, but this one actually has like a removable lid, so that could be easy to lose. Just hollow on the inside. You can kind of see the kind of plastic bits putting the two halves together since there's like a seam. You could lose something down in there. Yeah, nice little relics, and they look nice and shiny, but this is going to fit the other Paul Bearer a lot more than this one. Can I just bring up in the WWF Attitude Era game, the WWF Attitude game on Nintendo 64, that he was a playable character, and they gave him a 450 splash as a finisher and called it the Buffet Buster. Just kind of the humor of the time there. The Fat Man. So he does have the blue jacket, and in a lot of the pictures I kind of found, like with this kind of like WrestleMania 14-ish time period Undertaker when Paul Bearer was with him, his jacket seemed a little darker. So they went very light blue. I'm not sure if this was kind of like maybe some backstage promo photos and not anything he really wore on Raw. I think it still looks pretty cool and definitely differentiates it from the other figure in the line that had the pale face and the black suit and hair. But the Ultimate Undertaker would be a good one to go with it. Definitely wore the same tie, so I mean, you got that going for you. Maybe you could stretch it to kind of Ministry of Darkness, but I think Paul Bearer at that time went with like stark black hair again and more black suits. And he actually got a lot bigger, I think, if I recall correctly, for the Ministry of Darkness. They have to make him a little huger. I think it's best going to go with Kane, I believe, because he's got that lighter hair, kind of fitting that time period where he was more with Kane during that WrestleMania 14 time period than The Undertaker. And Paul Bearer was allegedly Kane's father for some reason. Same mother, different fathers, I guess. But who knows, they probably just canned that later. Who knows, I don't remember. So if you kind of position Paul Bearer near Undertaker and Kane, kind of fitting both sides there, because he kind of swapped a few times, managing one or the other during that time period before he totally went away. So he was there during a lot of major storylines with early Kane and Undertaker business. So he's got the huge jacket piece. It's kind of doesn't latch, but it's kind of molded to stay closed mostly, so you're not going to see the inside. I like the kind of baggy, wrinkled suit look. That is pretty nice for him. The shorter legs, so he's not too tall with the huge Undertaker and Kane for the time. That was always a severe problem with the Jax figures way back in the day, too. Paul Bear was like 7 foot for some reason. This is really funny with this expression. I really do like it. So a pretty versatile Paul Bear there, probably leaning towards being a Kane manager, but fitting in that prime Attitude Era time period that I like to show here, all the Mattel Elites and other figures that help represent that time period, WWF and WCW. So if those are the figures you want to see, you probably want to get subscribed here, because that's all I like to show. Oh, I'll see you in the next... Wait, that's my Mankind voice. I can't use that. Oh, yes. I curse you to subscribe. Today was the day I found out I can't do a Paul Bear voice.